In this video, we're going to look over the Inventory 1 module, Setup, Item Setup menu, and Relation Setting feature. Item Relation Setting feature is if you purchase an item in one unit and then sell it in another unit, you can register an individual item code by each unit, for example, 2 item codes for 2 quantity units, and then set the relation between the 2 codes and control the quantity of both units based on one base quantity unit. This feature is useful for food processing companies where ingredients such as flour or sugar are purchased by bulk and then put into production in unit of gram or kilogram. And then we're going to go over an example to know more about the relation setting feature. So here I have registered 3 item codes for the skin toner ingredient that my company purchases and sells. The company purchases the ingredient in unit of tone and then sells it in unit of kilogram or gram. And also the quantity of the ingredient is controlled in unit of kilogram. So in this case, you need to register each unit as an individual item code. You can see that I have registered an item for tone, and one for kilogram, and one for gram. To register an item code, you can use the New button as usual. And once you register each unit as an item code, click Relation Setting button at the bottom, and you will register the item that you will base the quantity control on as the major item, and the sub-quantity units as linked items. So I will click the button now. In the Item Relations List screen, you can click New button and set up an item relation. And we will see the existing relation setting as an example. So if you enter the kilogram unit ingredient item code, when you later view inventory balance, no matter which unit you use when entering inventory data, you will still be able to view data by converting it into kilogram unit. And then you can see the tone and gram units in the linked item code list at the bottom. In the linked item quantity and major item quantity fields, enter the quantity of each unit converted into the major item quantity unit. So for instance, 1 tone will be converted into 1,000 kilograms, and 1,000 grams will be 1 kilogram. And in the extreme right, you can see BOM synchronization checkbox. So if you check this checkbox, the BOM of the linked items will be synchronized with that of the major item. And also you can see the quantity control standard field at the top. In this field, you can select whether to control and view quantity based on either the major item or on each individual item code. So here I will select the major item option, and then later, no matter in which unit you enter data, such as tone, kilogram, or gram, you will be able to view inventory quantity converted in kilogram unit. So for instance, I entered a purchase of the ingredient in tone. Let's say I purchased 5 tones of the ingredient. And then later, I sold the ingredient, 500 kilograms of them, and 100 grams as well. So after you enter a sales slip with mixed quantity units, if you go to the Reports menu and click Inventory Balance, you can still view the data of the ingredient based on the kilogram unit. If you go to the All tab of the search template, you will see the Add to Major Item field. If you select Item Relation Criteria, and then check the Convert to Major Item Standard option, and search, the current quantity of all the linked items will be converted into the major item quantity unit and displayed like this. And if you click on the item code, you can view the data in detail. So here the purchase in tone is being displayed after being converted into kilogram, and the sales in kilogram and gram are also being displayed after being converted into kilogram. And then if you go back to the search template, select individual item standard, and if you uncheck the convert to major item standard option and search, the data entered with each individual item code will be individually displayed by each unit. Next is sum of selected item option. If you select this option, if you exclude the kilogram unit code and search by only the two item codes, the quantity of the tone and gram item codes that have been selected in the search template will be displayed, but it'll still be converted into the kilogram unit. And lastly, sum of linked item option. If you select it, if you enter only the gram unit item code, and if you search, the quantity of all the linked items will be summed up and displayed after being converted into the major item unit. And you can see the same result if you search by only the tone unit item code as well. So the sum of linked item option that you've selected here, it'll allow you to enter only one linked item and still be able to view the quantity of all the items linked to the corresponding item based on the major item quantity unit. In this way, if you want to control item inventory by more than one quantity unit, you can use the relation setting feature